Hello friends, hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Welcome back to yet another video of the Football Mania. And in the Hero Indian Super League, I have been telling for so many days that every match is so unpredictable. And come the fag end of the season, we are just witnessing thrills and spills from most of these teams. And once again, Mumbai City FC, who are supposed to be the so-called league leaders, and have been in good form recently, have somehow managed to squander such a big advantage, and going into the playoff positions they have squandered a very big chance of extending their lead at the top, having suffered a very embarrassing 3-0 defeat at the hands of Bengaluru FC. Well, this was not a very big surprise in my personal opinion, because Mumbai City FC, even in their previous match, were not so consistent and clinical in front of goal. They had a very disappointing stalemate against SC East Bengal, who are languishing at the bottom of the table. And Des Buckingham, in his post-match interview, himself mentioned that there was not much intensity and desire to win the match. Well, when a manager questions his own players' attitude and performance, that speaks volumes about the players themselves, and what the mentality of the coach is. And Des Buckingham is a very young manager, and having seen how the team is playing for so many days, he must by now observe that there are still a lot of things to work on, and definitely going into the playoffs it won't be easy. Every match has to be taken on its merit, and you have to give respect to your opposition. If in such games, if you take the opposition lightly, you are bound to suffer and make those mistakes in the crunch moments. And right since kickoff, Bengaluru FC were maintaining possession of the ball. They were moving the ball from left to right and not allowing Mumbai City's shape to stay constant. And it was something which I think Bengaluru FC's head coach had also worked on. He must have seen that they tried to push Igor Angulo and Bipin Singh quite high up the pitch, and that keeps some space between the attackers and the midfielders. And Rainier Fernandez, Apuya, and all the other midfielders did not have a sniff in this match, because we have seen that Bengaluru FC are sometimes they can go unpredictable and they can not be in the game. But once they start to string in those passes, especially with Suresh Wangjam and even with the likes of Danish Farooq in midfield, it becomes a really big problem for the opposition to cope with. And even in the initial minutes, I was just saying that Bengaluru FC, if they can play the same way and continue the same playing style for 90 minutes, they have a very good chance of winning it. And that's exactly what they did. In the 8th minute, Danish Farooq gives them the opener with a very clinical shot which goes past the goalkeeper for Mumbai City FC, and it is 1-0 to Bengaluru FC. Along with that, Prince Ibarra was playing as the focal point up top for Bengaluru, and he didn't disappoint. Even when Sunil Chetri is not playing, I feel that this Bengaluru FC team looks more whole round, and they have a very big potent attack with Clayton Silva leading the line. And Prince Ibarra was very clinical in all his duels, and he slotted the ball in the 23rd minute in the back of the net. It was a very good cross by Udanta from the right hand side, something which we want to see more often as Indian football fans, and it's a very good assist for him. And right at the stroke of half time, Prince Ibarra makes it 3-0 in favor of Bengaluru FC from a corner. And at that point of time, all Mumbai City FC fans, the players, the coaching staff, everyone must be worried, because this is a team which started the league in red hot form. They were cruising to victories and they were really taking all the oppositions apart. And suddenly, if you see such a lackluster performance, that shows that once you start winning, you don't need to get carried away. You need to stay grounded and ensure that you are putting in the effort day in and day out. And that is something I feel that Mumbai City FC have been lacking recently. They have not been, performing at par up to their potential because of complacency, and that is something which can, affect any team quite badly. And that is where they have been vulnerable so far. Sometimes I feel that, Murtada Fall and the likes of their captain Jahu have not been very consistent. They have been losing the ball a lot in the middle of the pitch, and the space between the defense and the midfield is creating some space for the opposition to exploit. And that's exactly what Bengaluru FC have done. They have capitalized on the situations in all those key moments during the match. They were clinical in front of goal, and in the second half, if you would have seen the match, it was quite one-way traffic. And Bengaluru FC, whenever they had possession of the ball, they were frustrating Mumbai City FC. That is the sign of a team which knows how to manage games, and especially when they are 3-0 up, they don't need to take too many chances or to take too many risks. Rather, just keep the ball and frustrate the opposition, and the game will be over. So with this, now Bengaluru FC have played 11 games. They are on 13 points. They are still 4 points adrift of the top of the table, but they have played extra games, and they still have a fighting chance of making it to the playoffs. But it will be a very big boost for their coach Marco going into the next round of fixtures. So I just feel that Mumbai City FC still have a lot of work to do. They need to focus on where they are good at, especially in the attacking third. They need to be more clinical and just play the way they were playing during the initial stage of the season. And if they can play with that natural freedom and express themselves better on the pitch, I think they are one of the most dangerous teams who can exploit any opposition. So let's hope for the best. Guys, please drop in your comments in the comment section. Do you still feel that Bengaluru FC will be able to make it to the playoffs after this convincing 3-0 victory against Mumbai City FC? And on the other hand, please let me know about Mumbai City FC. They have been a team who are on the downward spiral recently, but it just takes a match, a moment to transform any kind of team. So please put in your thoughts. It will be a very exciting end to this season, and let's hope for some breathtaking football. Until next time, stay safe and take care.